Um, so you know
Mm.
everything we're going to talk about. We are live now, and you can start the show while I share the show.
Hello, everyone. I am Lady of Leisure. I am here with DJ April Showers. Today, we are going to be discussing Tom Cruise, Mr. Peter Nygard. If you guys don't know who Peter Nygard is, he is the one of the biggest designers in Canada. He has recently been charged with racketeering and sex trafficking. We're also going to be talking about Robert Sylvester Kelly. Um, April's with us. She is sharing the show to other platforms. So I'm going to start with Tom Cruise. Tom Cruise apparently, some people are angry at Tom. Tom went off on the set. They're filming Mission Impossible 7. And there were people on the set that were not wearing masks and were not social distancing. Tom went off, cursed them out, told them if they did it again, they were fired. He didn't give a fuck. People were dying, you know, and he wanted everyone in a mask. Well, of course, Hollywood is in an uproar. Oh, he cursed them out. Well, they're not children, they're adults. It's okay. I'm giving Tom a pass on this one because I think Tom is absolutely right. You're out here, you know COVID is real, or you should by now. And if you don't, seek help. But Tom is saying, listen, my life matters. Everybody else's life matters. You need to be in a mask. People are dying. You know, there is no excuse for anybody to be here without a mask on. They weren't social distancing. He said he didn't care, who didn't like it. There would be no exceptions. If it happened again, whoever did it was fired. But they were really mad because he was cursing. Like, who cares that he was cursing? Like, he wasn't cursing children, he was cursing grown adults. And when you are very passionate about things that are going on in the world, you get angry. You get angry when you know there's over 300,000 deaths from COVID, and here you got two or three stupid people in a group without a mask on. Like, who really does that? So, what do you guys think? Do you think that Tom was out of pocket, or are you like me and think that Tom gets a pass for his little outburst? Let me know in the comments. April, are you with us? I guess April is still sharing across different platforms. I'm still upset about this vaccine, you all, but I'm not going to harp on it today. I just don't understand people.
Okay,
Then they had,
I was sharing the show. Um,
I just got done talking about Tom Cruise. So if you want to add,
yes. Um, I'm with Tom Cruise. Hey, Ebony. Hi. Thank you. First of all,
hi, Ebony.
we are in a pandemic. When you act like a child, you get treated like a child. When you act like you need to be cursed out, you will be cursed out. I'm with
That's it.
100%. There, movie theaters are not open. People can't even see movies. The industry is in disarray now due to the pandemic. They're filming a movie on a set with the pandemic. All you have to do is social distance and wear your mask. If you don't care about your life, you're not going to endanger mine. And so with people saying, well, he should have not been yelling, cursing at them. Oh, yes, he should have, because this is serious. It's very
Exactly.
serious.
And what does it take for people to understand that it's serious?
Why do grown adults need to be pacified? You knew what the rules was. Either you still continue to work on the movie or take your ass home.
That's it, that's all. Like I don't understand. What is it? It's over 300,000 deaths in the United States from COVID. I don't understand. What else do you need to get through to people? I mean, it's death. 300,000 of them dead, gone, never to return back to this earth. Like, that's not serious enough for them. Death is not serious enough for them. I don't get it. I don't understand it. I just don't get it.
I've lost a lot of friends and family to COVID. Um, I've done a whole lot of moving around, and I wore my mask.
You have done a lot of moving around. You do
But
too much moving around for me. I'll be so
I,
scared.
honey, but I have my mask on. I will have gloves on. But I'm gonna do that because I'm high risk. But I'm done for the rest of the year. I'm not going anywhere.
Well, gee, it's only the end of the year. It's what? 15 more days left in the year. Now you're done?
When the pandemic first started, honey, you can see me over here flipping over furniture and wiping down walls, thinking this stuff was gonna seep in through the walls and stuff. Girl, I was crazy. I mean, I was nuts when this thing first came out.
I was never nuts. I was always careful. Like I said, before we even had our first case in the United States, when I heard about it in China, I started wearing a mask because, I live right next to Chinatown. And I started wearing a mask. And people were talking about me. You know how you walk down the street, people whispering and shit. I did not care. The kids were laughing at me. And 3 weeks later, here we go. You know what I'm saying? Then they were asking people to wear a mask. Then they asked everybody to wear a mask. Then they started locking us down. But I was always careful. I've always wore my mask and gloves. I still wear mask and gloves. I leave home. I have 5, 6, 7, 8, 10 pair of gloves in my purse. I put on a jacket today that I have not worn since it got cooler. And it was gloves in that damn pocket. And I'm like, oh, wow. But I'm careful. I change my gloves every time I go in a place and come out. I change my gloves. I don't go out often at all. I go out when necessary. I only go out to grocery shop or get something that I need. Um, a couple of times, I think I went to dinner with the kids, but yeah, I'm home all the time. I don't do anything that's not necessary. And I'm okay with that because it's kind of fun to me. I'm sure it's not fun for young people who go all the time, like my kids, but it's fun for me to come up with ways to interact. Like we had a Zoom Thanksgiving. The kids were over, but like for all of our other relatives, we did a Zoom Thanksgiving and everybody, showcased their dinner and we had a really good time. We got drunk and ate and, did what you would normally do.
Yes,
but we just did it on Zoom.
yeah, I had an awesome Thanksgiving. Probably the best one I've had in a long time. Yeah, since losing my cousin Kim, this was like the best Thanksgiving I had in a long time.
Oh, that's good. I'm happy to hear that.
Yeah, and so it was better this year. Thank God. Yeah, and so people are saying Tom Cruise shouldn't have been cursing at them. They're adults. Well, obviously they're not adults if they didn't have their mask on and they were not social distancing. So you put yourself in a situation to be cursed out.
There are people, Tom takes this very seriously, and I don't blame him. I'm not mad at him. I'm Team Tom Cruise all day on this one. I really am.
Yeah,
Because, like he said, my life means something to me,
yeah,
and people don't understand that. They don't understand that wearing a mask is the only way to slow the spread of this disease. They
okay,
figure, well,
let
if
me see.
everybody else got on a mask, I don't need to have one on. Yes, you do.
Mm-mm. I got pictures. I might have been the only person wearing the mask when I was visiting folks, but I wore my mask. So,
Yeah,
can you
see,
read that
I'm not going
right there?
anywhere.
What?
Let me see if I can see. No, because it's. Oh, wait. Yeah, I can blow it up. I can read this. Now, Tom Cruise has been recorded screaming obscenities at crew members on his current film Mission Impossible 7 after apparent breaches of on-set social distancing guidelines. The Sun published an audio recording of Cruise shouting and swearing at film crew on the project, of which he is one of the producers, threatening instant dismissal of anyone found to be contravening distancing rules. On the recording, Cruz can be heard shouting, I don't ever want to see it again, ever. And if you don't do it, you're fired. If I see you do it again, you're fucking gone. And if anyone in this crew does it, that's it. And you too. Don't you ever fucking do it again. That's it. No apologies. You can tell it to the people that are losing their fucking homes because our industry is shut down. It's not going to put food on their table or pay for their college education. That's right, Tom. You know, that's right. Because if you're not following the COVID protocol on the set or at any job, then you risk, you know, the set being shut down. You risk that happening. So, yeah, what are you going to tell people who are not working now because your dumbass didn't wear a mask?
Mm-hmm.
Like I said, people are selfish. They're just freaking selfish.
Yeah. And so, what do you say when people say he should have not been cursing at them? They're adults.
He's an adult too. What the fuck is he, a kid? Adults curse,
Okay.
you know, and I get it. I don't listen. Like I said, I am Team Tom Cruise on this 110%. Adults are accustomed to curse words. They hear them, they use them. They act like he was cussing out little children.
Mm-hmm. Grown adults that should have known better. Mm-hmm.
They should have followed the protocol, period. Like he said, they could come and shut that set down. Now everybody's out of work. Tom Cruise, he don't need the money.
No,
He does not need the money. He can go home, twiddle his thumbs, and pay little serious college tuition a million damn times.
oh, don't forget about the other two kids that he had by the first wife.
What two kids he had by what
Remember, she
wait.
ended up marrying the country, the country singer.
What country singer?
Remember Tom's first wife?
Tom's first wife was Nicole Kidman.
What's the second one? Yeah, who? Hold on.
Tom married Nicole Kidman and then he married the little girl off 90210, Jamie Foxx woman. I can't recall her name. But
Yes, hold on.
they adopted those kids, didn't they?
Yeah,
Wait a minute.
Nicole Kidman.
Yeah, Nicole Kidman. Yeah, that's who he was married to.
Right.
Those kids were adopted. Didn't they have a little black one? I don't even remember.
Yeah.
But yeah, they adopted those kids. I don't know. I don't know. I know that he
Oh,
was with them some years ago.
yeah.
I saw him with one of them after they had kind of grown up a bit. Um, but I'm ignorant, so I only consider Siri his because Siri is his.
Oh, okay. Yeah, that's the son and the daughter. Yeah. Uh-huh.
Yeah, they adopted those.
Yeah, because Nicole couldn't have.
Is it one of them black?
Yes, the boy is black.
The boy is black. Yeah, because I saw him with the boy. Uh, he was a young teenager, at the time.
Poor boy. Mm-hmm.
Huh?
He's a handsome little fella.
Is he?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I have to see him because he sure didn't used to be.
Mm-hmm. Oh, yeah.
Neither one of them were lookers.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
So I'm glad he grew up good.
Yeah.
But yeah, I saw him with him when he was probably about 14 or something like that.
Now keep reading, cause read that last paragraph where he goes on to say what he's trying to do to help them.
Okay.
Keep going.
Underlying Cruz's outburst in his sense that the production is functioning as a model for how Hollywood can continue to work under pandemic conditions, with the actor stating, "I'm on the phone with every fucking studio at night, insurance companies, producers, and they're looking at us and using us to make their movies. We are creating thousands of jobs, you motherfuckers. Movies are going because of us. If we shut down, it's going to cost people fucking jobs, their home, their family. That's what's happening."
Okay, hold on one moment. We want to give shouts out to Respect My Opinion. We just started. Ebony Wright, Tracy Porter, and Miss Molly. Yeah, it's Keith Urban that she was married to. Thank you. So, yeah, we're talking about Tom Cruise, and then we'll talk about Peter, and then we'll talk about Kills. Okay, you can continue. Sorry about that, Lady Alicia.
Oh no, I was done. That was it. So basically, Tom is saying, look, we are providing jobs. Nobody in this industry is working but us. You know, I'm trying to keep it going so that people can feed their family, pay their mortgages, and you dumb motherfuckers over here not social distancing and not wearing masks. What the fuck is wrong with y'all? And I ain't mad at Tom. He is absolutely right. So I don't care that he cursed at them. They are grown ass men and women. I don't care that he cursed at them.
Yeah, it won't let me put the link in the chat in case anybody wants to come in.
Oh, wow, really?
Yeah, that's weird. Okay. Oh, well.
So, you know, I think that adults curse. They're accustomed to profanity. They use profanity. And I don't have a problem with Tom, dropping a few F-bombs because he's, one, trying to be safe, trying to keep his life going, trying to save his life and the people, whoever he goes home to at night. People are dying from COVID. And these fools are walking around on a closed set with no mask on, not social distancing, like COVID-19 doesn't exist. So I'm not mad at Tom. Anybody that's that sensitive, stay at home. People curse. People curse when they get mad. People curse when they get anxious. People curse. So if you don't want to be cursed at, grow up and act like a damn adult.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Okay. Moving right along. We're going to save tails for last. But we have Canadian fashion mogul Peter Nygard that has been arrested and charged with sex trafficking. Some of the same similarities. I'm going to pull up what the Department of Justice has released on him.
Boy, they are really at him, aren't they? Nobody's safe.
So this is from the United States Department of Justice. This was their statement that was released yesterday.
You put it on the screen?
Oh, yeah, hold on.
Yeah, no little sex traffickers are safe anymore. The DOJ, the FBI, Homeland Security, they're at you. So all those things you've been doing for 30 years, it's over. Did you want me to read that or are you going to read it?
No, you can read it.
Okay.
Now, everyone, please educate yourself. You can find this on the internet. This is the statement from the Department of Justice, U.S. Attorney's Office, Southern District of New York.
New York ain't playing. Okay, for immediate release.
Okay.
Canadian fashion executive Peter J. Nygard charged with sex trafficking and racketeering offenses. Audrey Strauss, the acting United States Attorney for the Southern District of New York, William F. Sweeney Jr., we can bypass all that. Okay, and the Commissioner of NYPD announced the unsealing of a 9-count indictment charging Canadian fashion executive Peter J. Nygard, 79 years old. Peter. Charged him with racketeering, sex trafficking, and related crimes arising out of a decades-long pattern of criminal conduct involving at least dozens of victims in the United States, the Bahamas, and Canada, among other locations. Nygard was taken into custody on December 14, 2020 in Winnipeg, Manitoba, by Canadian authorities after the United States requested Canada issue a provisional arrest warrant pursuant to the extradition treaty between the two countries. The case has been assigned to the United States District Judge Paul G. Gardefee. If you believe you are a victim of the sexual abuse perpetrated by Peter Nygard, please call the FBI at 1-800-CALL-FBI and reference this case. I wanted to make a point of that when it comes to Kells. As alleged in the indictment unsealed today in Manhattan's federal court, from at least in or about 1995 up to and including in or about 2020, Peter J. Nygard was the leader and founder of an international clothing design, manufacturing, and supply business headquartered in Winnipeg, Canada, with major offices and warehouses in the United States, including New York City and California. Nygard operated a constellation of corporate entities organized in various countries, the Nygard Group. Over this 25-year period, Nygard used the Nygard Group's influence. Okay, you got to scroll it up.
Okay.
Okay. Stop.
Okay.
Okay, let's see. Where were we? Nygard operated a constellation of corporate entities organized in various countries. Over the 25 years, he used his group influence as well as its employees, funds, and other resources to recruit and maintain adult and minor age female victims for Nygard's sexual gratification and the sexual gratification of his friends and business associates. Nygard and his co-conspirators, including Nygard Group employees, used force, fraud, and coercion to cause women and minors to have sex with Nygard and others. Nygard frequently targeted women and minor age girls who came from disadvantaged economic backgrounds or who had a history of abuse. He controlled his victims through threats, false promises of modeling opportunities and other career advancement, financial support, and by other coercive means, including constant surveillance, restrictions of movement, and physical isolation. Nygard forcibly sexually assaulted some of his victims. Other victims were forcibly assaulted by Nygard's associates or drugged to ensure their compliance with his sexual demands. Nygard maintained personal and equal professional relationships with certain of his victims, whom he referred to as girlfriends or assistants. Nygard required these girlfriends to travel and to stay with him regularly to engage in sexual activity at his direction, including with Nygard, with each other, and with others, and to recruit new women and minor age girls for Nygard to have sex with. Nygard controlled these girlfriends through a variety of means, including force, fraud, and coercion. At times, Nygard and his associates provided illegal drugs and alcohol to girlfriends before sexual activity. Scroll up. Scroll up, April.
I'm coming. Keep going.
Okay, stop.
Okay.
Okay.
You said sexual activities.
Right. They provided illegal drugs. If they did not, wait a minute. Let's see.
Alcohol to girlfriends before sexual activity. It's like the
Okay, yeah, right. And threatened or berated girlfriends if they did not agree to participate. Nygard sometimes forcibly assaulted girlfriends who did not comply with Nygard's sexual demands or caused others to do so. Nygard dictated the daily activities of girlfriends and the details of their appearance. Girlfriends were also under constant surveillance by Nygard and his associates and were not permitted to leave the premises without Nygard's express permission. Doesn't that sound familiar? Nygard used various tools to recruit women and minors for sex, including events hosted at Nygard properties in Marina del Rey, California. I've been there. And in the Bahamas, including so-called pamper parties. Named for the free food, drink, and spa services that Nygard made available. Nygard frequently used a girlfriend or another employee to approach a chosen woman or girl to indicate his interest in sex. I gotta read that again.
Wait a minute. So now, all this time, this been going on. So now, when a girl decides to be a hoe, go chase after the rich man with the money, now they're being charged? Because this
Don't
been
do
going
that.
on since the beginning of time. I
It
mean,
has been going on since the
and
beginning
so,
of
and if
time,
they're
but you know what? We
if they are
cannot call these
willingly,
girls hoes. No, you do not willingly have sex with a minor. I'm sorry. No, we're not going to do that. No. You know, we've got to stop defaming these women and girls. No. So what? They might have showed up the first time. They might have been with it the first time. But nobody
okay.
is sitting up
Let me see.
being told when they can
Okay,
move, when they
so
can't move. Let's not do that. Don't do
okay,
that.
all right. So let me start. Let me rephrase this. So the young girls that has real big dreams of some older rich man that's gonna come take care of her. They recruit themselves. Now I'm saying willing participants. Who
These girls, you know,
when
see,
they
that's the
willing
narrative we put
participant,
out there. No, they're looking for a career.
willing
They're looking for
participant.
a career. They're not looking for some old motherfucker to take care of them. They're looking for a step up in their career, in their modeling career, their acting career, their singing career, whatever the case may be.
Okay,
They're going for a job. They're
finish.
not going for a sugar daddy. They're going for a job.
Okay, so the little girl that has big dreams of going, because she don't want to work or do nothing. She want to get taken care of. And she's going to incorporate herself into this man's life and his circle, do whatever it takes to get that money and getting taken care of. And again, I'm only talking about willing participants. Because some women don't want careers or work. Some women just want to be taken care of.
But that's not the narrative of any of these women or girls. You know, the pattern is here. It's a set pattern, just like any other pattern with any other thing that takes place. You know, this is how these men traffic women and children. It is, you know, it's like a protocol. It's like a damn handbook. It all reads the same.
I'm only speaking of willing participants. A woman that decides that she is going to be taken care of. She gonna get into that rich elite circle, and she gonna do whatever it is because she's never gonna work. She gonna be taken care of. So these are the women I'm talking about.
Okay, see, I don't see any of those in this article. I don't see any of those in this article.
So
And
most of these ladies with Peter was they came on to do models, and it's so much that's out there now. I mean, Jesus Christ, when people get together, you hearing about folks having threesomes and everything. Like, man, what is really going on?
that's true. But here's the thing. And this is where, we older people need to just stop it for real. Because we label them fast, they gold diggers, they just want a man to take care of them. That's not what these women are looking for. And even if they were, you got them out here looking for men to take care of them. They ain't got a damn dime. All he need is a job and some damn benefits. Okay?
Yeah.
But we have to stop putting that narrative out there that these women were willing. Because here's the thing. As I was saying before, we and not willing the next. You show up, you think, okay, I'm gonna get an old coupe song. Maybe I'll get a designer handbag, because that's all they be screwing for, designer handbags and shit. You ain't gotta screw me, I'll give you one. Shit, if it's that serious. Anyway, she said, okay, he done promised me a career. I'm gonna go ahead, I'm gonna give him a little bit. Next thing you know, he'll forward his damn friends. You didn't agree to that. You didn't agree to that. So, we have to stop making these women and girls out to be something other than what they are, and that's a damn victim. They're victims. Period. You can be having sex with your man. If you say, I don't want to do this no more, get up, and he keep going, you've been raped by law. So let's not turn these women and girls into gold diggers in the door. Let's not do that. Because what you're doing is you're invalidating what happened to them. And that's not right. It's just not right. So if, I read that there are 80 women and girls who have signed on to this complaint. 80. Again, in the business, regardless of what business it is, be it, the record business, be it whatever the business is, this has always gone on. But just because it's always gone on doesn't mean it's right. It is high time that these men be brought to justice. It really is. It's high time, because they have been abusing girls, boys, all of that for several decades. And it just should not be the way that business is allowed to be conducted. Just because something has always happened doesn't mean that it should continue to happen. It doesn't make it okay. Just because people have been looking the other way for 40, 50 years, that does not make it okay. And we've got to stop vilifying these victims and allow them to be what they are. And that's a damn victim. Because I'm quite sure that after having sex with him and 5 of his friends and 3 other girls, that you're not sitting there thinking you're going to be the damn one. I'm quite sure none of them were thinking that. When you're locked up, when you can't go anywhere, when people are watching every move you make, when you can't make a phone call, you can't come out of a room. Come on, ain't nobody signing up for that shit.
But
Ain't nobody signing up for that.
there are some women that are signing up for it. They are signing up to be with these men at any cost to get taken care of, or because they claim like they love them. That's what makes it bad for the real victims, because of the ones that do sign up.
Okay, agreed. I still don't see it, but I understand exactly what you're saying. I do. And there are some women, but again, these women are not signing up to be with other women, to be with other men. They're not signing up for that. That's not what they're signing up for. I'm sorry. I don't believe anybody wants to be taken care of that damn bad. I don't. I really don't. Especially when you're talking about a 15-year-old, a 16-year-old, a 17-year-old. Come on now. They're not thinking about being taken care of. What the hell are you thinking about at 16 years old?
Yes, they are.
Not being taken care of.
They
You're not thinking about.
They've read Cinderella stories all their lives.
Oh, come on, stop it. Don't nobody read Cinderella no more. My grandbabies don't know who the hell Cinderella is. Ain't nobody reading that shit. Ain't nobody believing that shit. Hell, they watching The Simpsons. They cussing out their mamas. They ain't thinking about no damn prince.
I mean, that's just like, for instance, girls get pregnant by men. They do it because they know some of them, their parents gonna make them marry them.
They don't do that anymore, April. That was in our day. They don't do that anymore. They get pregnant trying to hold on to a man. They're not getting pregnant for marriage, because the quickest way to get a nigga gone is to get pregnant. Like, I don't understand these girls that do that. Having a baby does not keep a man. And if he never wanted you in the first place, that damn baby gonna make it move out even quicker.
Okay.
People aren't, it's hard enough to get people who are in willing relationships with children to get married. Ain't nobody holding no shotgun weddings no more. They're not doing that. If they were, you wouldn't have all these single ass mothers. Nobody's doing that anymore.
I feel,
go ahead.
Me personally.
Mm-hmm.
Sorry, y'all. Ooh, I stay so sick in the winter. I have been around industry and everything. I'm my own woman. I wanted my own stuff. I didn't want anybody to be taking care of me, because I don't want nobody to throw nothing up in my face about what they done did for me. But I feel anytime any girl takes themselves and put themselves into an adult situation, and they know what's up.
I don't agree. I absolutely.
I feel like if you put
I don't agree.
that,
I do not agree. You have children who are in adult scenarios all the time. You have children who work.
right?
So you're telling me that if a 15-year-old has a job and is being sexually harassed by her boss, she deserved that because she knew what the fuck she was getting into?
I'm talking about going to these sexual parties and drugging parties and all of this stuff.
I am quite sure that they don't know that's what they are until they get there. I'm quite sure.
And then you can leave. You can call 911. You can say,
You
I'm not.
know, no.
Like we
No,
discussed. Like you
no.
said, Tyra Banks and Kamari's mom, they had somebody with them.
Exactly. Everybody does not have that luxury. Everybody doesn't have that luxury, April. They don't. They really do not. And then you have some girls out here who parents might think they at the damn library. Because come on, I can't see any decent parent allowing their child to go to a goddamn home of a 50-something-year-old man at 14 years old for a damn party. At 14 years old, they ain't even letting you go to your damn friend's party. So, I'm quite sure these girls did not know when they showed up that's what this was going to be. You heard them say they did it by force. They drugged them. They abused them. They forced them. I mean, if they were with it, why you got to force me? Why you got to hold me down? If this is what I came for, if I'm with this, then, if they were willing, they would not have to be forced.
Okay.
So being forced negates the willingness.
But what about if they start out willingly, then they want to change their tune?
Then you have the right to do that. You have the right to do that. Like I said, if she shows up and she figure, okay, I'm going to do the old coot to get this modeling job. I want to walk in Tommy Hilfiger's show. I want to walk in Coco Chanel's show. Whoever show he's promised her she could walk in, if you give me a little bit, if she decides she's going to do that, that's fine. But again, she thinks she's going to have sex with him. She doesn't think she's going to have sex with him and 5 of his damn friends.
Wow. How long?
Which is what is going on.
How long?
If you meet somebody, if you have a one-night stand, if you meet a guy and you decide, I'm going to do him tonight, and you go home with him, you don't expect to go home with him and him to have 3 dudes waiting on you when you get there. That ain't what you signed up for.
No.
That ain't what you agreed to.
Okay, I get it.
You get it?
I get it. I get it. I get it. I get it.
And let me go on because it goes on to say.
Is this what they're saying about Peter Nygard, that he forced them to have sex with him and his associates?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Yes.
All right.
He regularly to engage in sexual activity at his direction with him, with each other, and with others, and to recruit new women and minor age girls for Nygard to have sex with. Nygard controlled these, he called them girlfriends, where we heard that before, through a variety of means, including force, fraud, and coercion. At times,
a lot of the same language, isn't it?
Pardon me?
A lot of the same language is similar to Rob's case.
And that's my point exactly. Because what people need to understand is this is cult behavior. It's like cult 101. This is the playbook. This is what they all do. They're all controlled by the same means. Yes.
I'll never believe Rob ran an enterprise of women and all of that. I just would never believe that. But continue on. Y'all know me and Lady Leisha, we good friends. We always disagree.
Always.
We
It
always.
always.
Yeah. So,
And it's okay.
and it's
We do
okay.
this we do this privately.
Yeah.
We do it here.
Yeah.
We both know where we stand.
Right.
We both know where we stand. It says Nygard sometimes forcibly assaulted girlfriends who did not comply with his sexual demands or caused others to do so. In other words, see, this is your groomer. You see what I'm saying? This is your groomer. When they didn't do what he wanted, he assaulted them or he had his groomer assault them. They were under constant surveillance. And that's what they do. They watch their every move. They fill their head with stuff. They brainwash them. This is where the brainwashing comes in at. Okay, here we go. Events at Nygard Private Properties in Marina del Rey, California. Oh, these are the pamper parties. Nygard engaged in sexual activity with the victim on the premises and paid her cash. Some unwilling participants, including minors, were drugged to force their compliance with sexual demands. Other victims had no advance warning of Nygard's interest in sexual activity. See, I told you.
Oh wow.
Had no advance warning of Nygard's interest in sexual activity before being lured to a secluded area of the property where Nygard used physical force and psychological pressure to coerce sex. Sex and swingers clubs where Nygard directed the pressure girlfriends through manipulation, intimidation, degradation, threats, and on occasion force to engage in sex with other men in order to facilitate Nygard having sex with other women and for his own sexual gratification. Sexual swaps with male friends and business associates who would bring Nygard a date for sex in exchange for sexual access to one of Nygard's girlfriends. Nygard did not inform girlfriends in advance that he would trade them for sex and often used manipulation, intimidation, degradation, and threats to ensure compliance. See, this is what I'm saying. These girls didn't sign up for this shit. They don't know. They have no clue. I'm having a party, you're a model, so and so is going to be here, this person's going to be here. Come over, I'm going to showcase you, we're going to network. This is the bullshit they tell these women. No, been there, done that.
So did this guy was he known for this? Was he known? I mean,
Yeah, he was known for it. Absolutely, he was known for it. Absolutely. Just like Epstein was known for it. Yes, he was known for it. Yes. But see what they do, and this is going to sound very familiar too. What they do is when they coerce you the first time, you're more than likely being filmed and you don't know you're on film. I mean, this is just, again, Predator 101. So they say, well, you know what? I got this video, and if you don't want your mom to see it, or if you don't want this modeling agency to see it, or if you don't want the world to see it, you got to do this. That's how that shit works. That's how it works. That's how it always goes. So now here you have, and again, remember in the beginning what he said, women from disadvantaged environments, women that were abused. So you see, these are people who are more easily manipulated. And that's who they seek out. The young ones, the older ones who've been abused. That's who they seek out because those are the ones that are more easily manipulated. You can't get a chick like me. Take me to the mansion, see what's up. I'm shooting the hell my way up out of there. They would never solicit somebody like me. They solicit the ones that they know they can manipulate. And again, once they have them and they have something on them, and a lot of times they get them to make false statements and sign them. A lot of times. So now they got you. Oh, you said you stole this from me. If you leave, I'm calling the police. You confessed. Remember, we've got it in writing. That's the type of shit they do. And I know it sounds far-fetched to you, but that's how it goes. It's how it goes with every single last one of these damn men that do this type of thing. It's like a Bible. It don't change. You will hear this throughout. You heard the same thing with Weinstein. You heard the same thing with Epstein. You hear the same thing with Robert Sylvester Kelly. It does not change. Because that's their playbook. That's their handbook. You have to do certain things to get certain results.
And again, I'll never believe Robert Sylvester Kelly had a cult of women following him. They had phones they could leave anytime.
That's not true. And that's absolutely not true. And you know that's not true. You know that's not the truth.
They had
Stop.
phones. Cell
when
phones.
when he gave them cell phones, they had phones. When he gave them cell phones, they had phones. When he allowed them to use them, they had phones. When he took them in public, they had phones.
But not at the apartments.
When you seen him out in public, you ain't never seen one of them girls with him in public pick up one of them phones and read or send a text message. Go through all the videos. Because they're in public. So, there has to be the appearance of normalcy.
I'm with you, Molly. I agree. I am agreement. To me, our Kelly situation was different. All of them chicks knew each other. Half of them were friends. Yeah.
And again, that goes right back to recruiting girls. It goes right back to recruiting your friends. Yes. Yes. So, I understand that is not the Robert that you knew. I get that. And I get that. Because Mr. John is always going to be Mr. John to me. I know what he did. I've seen it. I've seen it all. But it's Mr. John. And he was just one of the best goddamn friends my mother had. But he was a damn serial rapist and killer. We didn't know Mr. John that way. He never attempted to do anything inappropriate with any of me or my siblings. Not ever. But he raped and killed dozens of boys. Dozens. Buried them under his damn house. Buried them on his construction sites. I get it. I really get it. But, Robert Sylvester Kelly did those things. He did. He did them. The same shit. This girl, you recruit that girl. Yeah, bring your friends. All these women, all these girls are not lying. Did you have some that chased him? Absolutely. 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 But not every last one of these girls chased him. And even if they did chase him, they didn't chase him to be in the situation that they were in. They didn't chase him to have their hair chopped off and turn into a damn boy. They didn't chase him to have sex with all his friends and the other females. That's not why they were chasing him. So, you can believe what you want, but he did that shit. He did that shit. And he didn't just do it here. He did it every damn where he went. Just like Peter here. And yeah, and come on. In the streets of Chicago, Rob was known to like young girls. You cannot tell me that's not the truth. We have heard that for decades. For decades. That he liked little girls. We've heard that for decades. It's not something that came out of the blue. That was always known. It was common knowledge on the streets of Chicago. I don't care what side of town you on. You had some niggas up north say they better not catch his ass up there. Messing with they little girls. It has always been known that Rob liked young girls. That has never been a secret.
Miss Molly, I bring everybody on my platform because, first of all, we have to see how potential jurors are going to be thinking. And that's why I bring, and me and her argue all the time. But I have to look at this case. I mean, I know him. I don't believe none of this. But I also have to get an idea of how potential jurors are looking at this case, and then what positive stuff I can do to put a spin on it. And so, yeah. So, yeah, and you're correct. Respect my opinion. She's speaking her opinion. Everybody has an opinion. And no, I I have to see what people are thinking. Because me personally, hello, is everybody here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, okay.
Do you hear me?
Yeah, I hear you.
Yeah, I got knocked out for some reason.
Okay. So me personally, I have to know how people's minds are thinking. And so, because me, I've got a lot of questions. You know, I look at Rob as a victim. I look at him as a person um, that was molested and violated, and it's stated in his book. And so I look at some of his stuff, um, like might be psychological. And so, nobody helped my poor little Rob. I want to know, how did he get in Kenwood Academy and he couldn't read or write? It's a whole lot of things I want to know. And everybody needs to admit their part that they played in this. Okay, Lady of Leisure, you can go on, finish.
Now, I agree with a lot of that.
Yeah.
I agree he's a victim. I agree with that 100%. You know, um, it's been said that he is a product of incest. In his own book, he talks about how when his mom would go to work when he was just 6 or 7 years old, the other women in the house would have sex with men and have him taking pictures and let him watch. We know he was sexually molested by his own sister for years as a child. We know that he was sexually molested, you know, by the neighbor. I can't recall his name. Um, we know that. We know those things. So I do agree that he also was a victim. I agree with that 110%. It doesn't negate what he's done. It explains a little bit of why he would do it. We also know that he has some type of disability. We know these things. And I'm sure, in my mind, I am sure that played a major part in all of the things that he's done in his sexual behavior. I'm sure of that.
Yes.
My personal opinion, I'm sure of that. But again, it does not negate what he's done. What it does is that it opens up the door to research the reasons why he had this behavior. Because there is no question that he did what he did. There is no question. You can call the girls liars. You can say whatever you want to say. The fact remains, he did it. It is so many tapes of him and child pornography that the feds have that it is sickening. So he did that. There is no question, no doubt in my mind, he did that. And there are others who absolutely should be held responsible. Drea, for one. Again, in the city of Chicago, on the streets of Chicago, being around, being out, because Rob didn't carry himself like a celebrity.
No, he didn't.
Rob did not carry himself like a celebrity in these streets of Chicago. You could go to the boys club where he was at. You could go to the club where he was at. You could walk up on him in McDonald's, a backyard barbecue. He didn't carry himself like a celebrity. So we saw him out and about. And we saw Drea. We saw Sparkle. And while Drea is playing the victim, and I'm not saying she may not have been, I'm not saying she was not a victim, but you was out there recruiting girls for him too. So just come on with it. If you're going to tell it all.
Well, and that's how I feel too, even with Sparkle. Well, why don't you say you were cheating on your husband?
Right. Why don't you tell everybody that you had a sexual relationship with Rob? That's really why you were mad about him being on that tape with your 14-year-old niece. It wasn't the fact that she was 14. It's the fact that he had the nerve to sleep with your niece and you were sleeping with it. You don't tell that, though. You don't tell that. We had a professional relationship. Yeah, okay, boo. I've seen Rob feeling on your butt, sticking his tongue down your throat. Cut it out. Cut it out. You know, if you're going to tell the story, tell the whole story. Tell the whole story.
That's what I'm saying. Everybody's leaving out the part that they played in it.
Everybody's leaving out the parts that they played in it, you know? And I tell you, what angers me and who I really want, yeah, but again, it doesn't negate what he's done. There is enough responsibility to go around. Everybody has some responsibility in this. You know, everybody that was around him for years, you know, everyone who was privy to his relationships with these young girls. Now, let me say this, and this is what you have to understand. Not everybody was privy to that. You know? So when I absolutely believe there are people who could have been around Rob for years who never saw him with an underage girl. I believe that can be possible. Because you only show people what you want them to see. So if Rob didn't think you'd be with it, he wouldn't show it to you. So I believe that there are people that's been around him who never saw that. I believe that. But I also believe there were many people around him who did. There were handlers. There were trainers. There were groomers. You know, there were people who watched these girls. There were people who brought them food. There were people who kept them locked in rooms. Like, come on. All of those people knew. And nobody said a word. I'm going to take it back to Aaliyah. Her mother, until January of 2020, has been lying for damn near 30 years about Aaliyah and Robert's relationship. She was still lying in January of this year. Until the feds contacted her and dropped that info in the court documents, she was still lying. You haven't heard a peep from her since. Since the prosecutors put that marriage license, marriage certificate, and annulment into evidence, Aaliyah's mother hasn't said a peep since. She done quit lying now. Now she's silent. But for 25, however many years it's been since he married her 15-year-old child, she has been lying about that relationship. So I want to start with Miss Dalton because I honestly feel that had she told the truth 25, 30 years ago, however long it's been, had Aaliyah's mother told the truth, we may not have all these victims today. So she has, to me, a great deal of responsibility in all of this because you lied. You lied for money. You lied to save Aaliyah's so-called legacy. Aaliyah wouldn't have a legacy without Robert. I just feel like somebody somewhere could have forced his hand and made him get help. Because those who were truly in his circle, they knew. And you'll know they knew because every damn last one of them gonna be sitting at your trial in the witness stand telling everything that they know. They knew. Somebody could have said, look, go get some help. We got these 900,000 videos of you and underage girls. Either get some help or we putting it out there. Not pay me or I'm putting it out there, which is what the hell they did. Either get some help or your career is going to be over. I think Rob would have opted to get that help. Because 25, 30 years ago.
Excuse me for just one moment. For those that are coming in late and this person just come in here, so she is expressing her opinion. I know Rob, I don't believe anything of what anybody is saying. So don't come in while you was in the bushes trying to say so R. Kelly is guilty of all charges. He has not been to court yet. We are not saying anything. He has not been found guilty. Don't come over here putting words. So bye. Thank you very much. Okay, you can continue on. I don't think he's guilty of anything. I think he should have had help. I don't think he's guilty of anything. He was a victim himself.
Okay, now, so what should he have had help with then? If he's not guilty of anything, what did he need help with?
No, I'm looking at the screen.
Okay. Okay.
Yeah, I'm reading what they're saying because they come right in.
I respect my opinion.
Yeah. Okay.
I saw you earlier, but I was too engaged to say hi.
Yeah. I'm all for Rob 100%. Thank you, Quiet Storm. Thank you. Yeah. And people can agree, disagree to agree. We don't fall out with people over here about their opinions and how they feel. Yeah. Yeah. And so, I don't know. I will wait till the trial starts and see all of this alleged evidence. They're supposed to have all kind of tapes, video recordings, tapes from 30 years ago. And the only thing we can do is wait and see. But actually, he's innocent now, whether anybody wants to believe it or not, because he has not been found guilty. Is that correct, Lady Alicia?
He is innocent until proven guilty in the eyes of the law. In the eyes of public opinion, That's a whole different story.
Right.
That's a
And
whole different story.
they made sure that they did that. Public opinion. Yeah.
Oh, absolutely. I mean, come on. That's the king of R&B.
Yeah.
I mean, when Chris Brown beat the shit out of Rihanna, it was everywhere.
Hmm.
You
Yeah.
know, that's what happens when you're a celebrity.
Right.
You know, just like Polo Peter. I feel bad for Peter because he's so old. But Peter, you knew what it was.
Yeah.
He knew what it was. You know, you can't, you know, and that's another thing. And it goes for them too. Just because you have gotten away with something for years, it doesn't mean you're going to continue to get away with it for a lifetime. You know, if you've gotten away, especially if you've been charged and found not guilty, you need to not do any of that again. You got a blessing, take it and run. But for some people, it's validation for them that they can't be caught. Everybody can be caught. Everybody can be caught. And you know, sex trafficking is a big deal. And it's a major problem all across the country, but especially right inside the United States of America. You would be horrified at the sex traffickers that we have right here in the United States of Illinois. I mean, the United States of America. Rob is innocent until proven guilty in a court of law.
Yeah.
Absolutely. He is innocent until proven guilty.
Now, today he had a hearing. Do you know anything about why that was canceled or anything?
I don't. It was just a status call. It wasn't, you know, it's just a status call. They have them periodically. I don't know why that was rescheduled. It was rescheduled, I think for the 22nd, I believe,
Mm-hmm. Okay.
but I have no idea why. It was kind of crazy to me because it's a phone appearance anyway. Everybody can get on the damn phone. What? I don't get it. I don't know.
Yeah.
I have no
That
idea.
I wish some. Lord, I've been playing the lottery, Lotto, Powerball. Lord knows I wish I could win the Powerball and hire Tom Mazzaro for him. That's. But yeah, yeah. And so they are also saying they have all of these ex-employees that's testifying against them. They say it's not the girls that are going to put him away. Well, maybe one girl, Rashonda Landfair.
Yeah,
Yeah.
Rashana's gonna get him.
And
Yeah.
then the ex-employees. Uh,
And see, this is what people need to understand because you all focus too much on the females in this case. This case is so much bigger than these females. It is so much bigger than these females. He is charged the same as Mr. Nygard over here. He's charged under RICO. Do you all know how serious that is? Yeah, that's what I said. It was just a status call. Yeah.
mhm. Yeah. Respect my opinion. You know, these people they put everything out here. And that's why I was not trying to be rude with the person. But basically they were in the bushes and they wanted to come in and say, oh, we think he's guilty. We never once said that. And I'm standing behind him. I don't like shit starters. Don't come over here. Because one thing for sure, I don't play with people over here. You come to me wrong, the way you come to me, I'm coming back at you. And then gonna pray for you. So don't come over here, anybody trying to put words in our mouth, anything. Miss Lady Alicia has her
Yes.
opinion, and I have my opinion. I have people, I don't argue with people about how they feel because I respect everybody's opinion. And so I'm not going to be arguing about somebody that I know what I know about him. But I was not with him 24 hours a day. And so don't come over here talking about we saying he's guilty. We are expressing opinions. I don't believe nothing that these folks are saying. I'm going to have to see evidence. Everybody talking, and I didn't think I would be able to take the evidence. And yeah.
Yeah.
Tracy, I understand what you're saying, baby. But, baby, you don't know these YouTube streets.
Like, Rob hasn't been charged with anything. Rob has been charged. He's been charged with many things. Yeah. Rob has dozens and dozens of charges. He has been charged. He has not had a trial. So he has not been found guilty by a jury.
Yeah, Tracy, these YouTube streets are something. You know, they're back in the bushes and they're listening. The first thing they want to say is Darlene April over there saying he's guilty. I never said he was guilty of anything. So that's why I'm setting the record straight.
Okay, first of all, why the hell do you have to explain anything to anybody? Number one. Number two, who the hell are they? I don't know them bitches. Who is they?
So
who is they? I don't know not one bitch named they. They need to mind their damn business, okay? And if you did say he was guilty, or if I say it, if I said he was guilty, who the fuck are you?
Yeah.
I said it. So what? Yeah. Who the fuck are you?
And you have a right to your opinion, and I'm going to still keep on arguing with your ass every day.
Every day. It's what we do, damn it. It's what we do.
Yeah. Until I see evidence, Robert has been charged. Simple yes or no. Yeah, he's been charged, but he has not been found guilty of anything. He's innocent until guilty. But the media has made him guilty. I mean, documentaries and everything. So, yeah.
That's right. That is correct. Because I keep telling you all, that's what the media does. The media's job is to form public opinion.
Yeah.
That's their job, to form public opinion.
Yeah. Who was that? Wait a minute. It was something she said somebody was testifying.
Diane Copeland.
Who is Diane Copeland?
You don't know who Diane Copeland is?
No.
Okay.
Who is that?
God. That's God. My mind just went totally blank.
Who is Diane Copeland? Respect my opinion. Was that one of the ladies that was working for him, assistant or something?
There go that assistant word again.
Yeah.
Them girlfriends and them assistants.
Damn, And then another thing that pisses me off about these cases, like them coming after these people, but it just seems like these priests are, nothing's happening to them. They're protected. It's a few of them that they have charged, but not all of them.
Well, no, because first of all, the laws were different. They can't charge priests with racketeering because normally, they in one place. They don't own a damn thing.
Hey, respect
And
my opinion. Who is Diane Copeland?
they're not trafficking anybody because they're not taking them anywhere. And they don't have, you know, all of the victims, and they don't have, some things have statute of limitations. And, they can't bring charges when the statute of limitation has run out. They can't bring charges when there is no evidence. They can't bring charges when there are no victims. Crimes happen all the time that you just don't have the evidence to bring charges for, you know?
Well, once Rob announced that he was going to marry Haley, seemed like all of them women got together and came full throttle to me.
I heard that
That's my theory. All of
because I didn't know that
yeah,
because I was wondering why.
that he was going to marry Haley, and after that, that's when all of this shit started. All of them heifers thought they were still going to be the one, some type of way, had invested their time and years with him. And once he said he was going to marry Haley, all hell broke loose. That's my theory.
Oh, and I know Drea panties was in a bunch because nobody even knew he married her until they got divorced. Like, that was the best kept secret marriage in the world right there.
Yeah. Yeah. And
So I know she was super hurt.
Yeah. Yeah.
Wait, is that the little white girl that had respect my opinion? Is Diane Copeland, is that the white girl that had Azriel and Joycelyn at the courthouse? Because I always wondered who that was. Like, who is this chick? She was always with Azriel and Joycelyn whenever they were out. She say Rob's former assistant, Hannah. Okay. I'm gonna look her up. Because I remember this little skinny white girl always being with Joycelyn and Azriel when Rob first got arrested. And I often wondered who she was and where she came from. I'm trying to log into my laptop and I have forgotten my password, per usual. Because I want to look up Miss Copeland and see what she looks like.
Questions over here.
I'm sorry, say that again.
No. Tracy, we aren't afraid to answer questions over here. Again, I'm going to tell you, these YouTube streets.
I'm sorry, would you put Tracy's question up again? Oh, okay. Okay, that's not her. Tracy, who's afraid to answer questions? Ask the question. Who's afraid to answer questions, Tracy?
Wait a minute. Who is Joe? Diane Copeland and Joanne will be testifying. Wow.
Wait a minute.
This is going to be like the trial of the century.
Why? Of course it is.
The
It's Robert
decade.
Sylvester Kelly. Joanne who? Not baby girl.
The
Joanne
daughter.
who? Right. I really hope this baby do not testify against her daddy. Please tell me that's not Joanne you're talking about.
Oh,
Oh, the accountant.
oh,
Ooh, talk to me, girl. Okay.
yeah.
Oh, all of them. Listen, all of them are going to be testifying against Robert because they all want to keep their ass out of that indictment. They want. They don't want to be charged under RICO. Okay, Tracy. I can't see the questions. I only see whatever April puts up on the screen. Okay. So I don't give a damn about who leaves. Nobody is afraid to answer anything. Number one, my opinion is my opinion. I don't apologize for it. I don't have to explain it. I don't owe nobody shit. I don't owe anybody an explanation for anything. I'm an old, grown, gray ass woman. I stand on whatever I say, right, wrong, or indifferent.
Yeah. Yeah. And for those that are in the bushes, come on out.
They can stay gone.
And don't come in while you sitting here listening to us and ask the question. So you saying is Rob? So you saying Rob is guilty? Now, yeah,
Then I did ask the question 2 or 3 times.
yeah.
So I don't care.
Respect my opinion. The person that left was somebody that wasn't somebody that wasn't a nobody in the bushes. Want to jump in and ask the question? That's all. You know how they play on these YouTube streets, and then go. Yeah, that's all. Uh,
Yeah, and they'll be back and some YouTuber telling them everything we said
right.
and adding
Adding.
and taking away from everything we said. It's all good. I could care less.
Me too. I can care less because they don't sound.
I give them no life
Yeah.
whatsoever.
Like
None.
I said, Robert. Oh, okay. I mean, my God. See, this is what I'm saying. Now, his assistant testifying against him. So, everybody keeps saying, April, the girls are not the problem. It's all of his ex-employees.
Well, yeah, because see, here's the thing. He's charged under RICO. He's charged with racketeering. So the ex-employees are going to prove the racketeering charge. You know, they have to have, they got to prove the racketeering charge. They have to show how this enterprise existed and operated. And that's where the employees come in at. And some, of course, will testify to, you know, the things that are alleged in terms of, the sexual things. But mainly, yeah, there are over 50 people, right?
50 people?
Yeah, it's over 50 people in one case. Yeah, the witnesses, they gave the witness list, God, months ago to the defense. Yeah, bodyguards, bus drivers, all that. Yes. Yeah, the enterprise was performed. Right.
Oh my God, I'm
Exactly.
sick all over again. See, I don't even like talking about this case. It upsets me. Uh, um, I know it's in the paperwork, but I guess I just want to wait till the trial. I guess.
Hey, but don't get upset. I mean, you know all of these things. You know, you already know all of these things. None of this is new. Don't get down about it. It is what it is. We discuss this all the time. You know what it is. You've known all this stuff. There's nothing new. And, I don't know. I don't know to hear it. I don't know if it bothers you to hear it again. I don't know what it is, but we've known that for quite some time now. And again,
I just have
we're waiting for, what are we waiting for?
the trial, and I can't wait till they
We're
start.
waiting for that pre-trial conference. We're waiting on that pre-trial conference.
Oh no! Yeah, my opinion, your opinion. I know y'all not here to upset me, but yeah, I face reality, But like,
She really does.
once I get to the trial, it'll be my reality.
My opinion is my opinion. You have to understand, April does not know the Robert that they're describing. And I get that. I truly get that. Um, she doesn't know that person. That's not who she knew. That's not what she ever saw. And I completely understand that because just on the streets of Chicago, I knew a Robert Sylvester. I didn't know Rob, but I was around him. I knew of things that he did. Yes, honey, waiting on that pre-trial conference. Yes, we know how that goes down. I can't wait. But I'm sorry, getting back. Um, I knew of Rob who paid for funerals, of kids who got killed, you know, who kept people from being evicted,
Wait
who
a minute,
paid their
hold on,
rent.
hold on, hold on. First of all, my opinion is your my opinion is my opinion. When I said host, I was talking about Peter Nygard case. And I did correct myself with saying hoes. Okay? And it's my opinion. And if I do want to call them hoes, that's my business too. And you can get the fuck on too. Okay. Yeah,
Absolutely,
the pre
absolutely respect my opinion. I'm so waiting for that pre-trial conference.
yeah,
Yes,
yeah. Okay, my opinion, you said the man is a music genius, but he is very sick and needs to be off the streets. So where is he supposed to be?
yes, she did. Yes, she did.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry. I don't. First of all, I need people to realize, um, the way these people are in these YouTube streets. I guess maybe I come off like maybe a little wrong, but I will correct myself on stuff because I really don't have time for tolerance and stuff. We just trying to have a decent conversation, discuss this. We see similarities and everything. And if I'm wrong about something, I will correct myself. And I did do that. And like I said, once the trial starts and I see the evidence, that's when I would believe everything. Everything. My opinion, you said he needs to be locked up.
You understand that there really is no help for them in the penitentiary. You know that, right?
That's what I'm saying. That's like you had all of these people that were drug addicts. They sent them to prison and they had addictions. They were addicts. They were addicts. They needed help. They didn't need
Thank you.
prison.
I like it when you guys enjoy our conversation.
Yeah. Thank you. Thank you. And I'm sorry if I come off like that, but I'm not trying to, um, you know, people, they like vultures out here. And I'll be a vulture right back. Yeah. But anyway, you know, uh, there's all kind of addictions. That's the same way, with the pills. They didn't send them people to prison with the opioid addiction. They sent
Exactly. Exactly.
clinics.
Right. They gave them free pens.
Sexual, being abused as a child and being violated. You know, there's some problems going on. He needs professional help. Prison, what is prison going to do?
I agree that he needs professional help. I agree with that. I think at least they should find out if he truly is a product of incest and how that would affect his behavior. My opinion says if Robert is innocent, it is him that needs to be fighting. Why he has never released any statements? Well, he did do. Let me explain that first of all. He did do the Gayle King show, and that was an epic fail. His attorney should have never let him do that show. And that's another reason why he has not put out any statements. When you're in a legal battle such as this, it is not wise for you to make public statements.
Yeah, because they twist your words.
It's not wise to make public statements. Bill Cosby didn't make no public statements.
Yeah.
Epstein didn't make no public statements.
So, do you think the trial will actually start in April in New York?
I do. Especially with this vaccine being out now. Yeah, I think it'll start. I do think it will start. Yes, respect my opinion. That was an epic fail. My opinion says Gayle King interview was a super epic fail. He made himself more guilty by his behavior. Not Gayle King fault. You know what? We're not here, placing blame on anyone. We agree the interview was an epic failure. It should have never been done. It was a failure. And I'm quite sure that he did it against his attorney's advice. I hope he did it against his attorney's advice. Because had he been my client, there is no way in hell he would have been on a talk show of anybody's.
Yeah, me personally, I look at him as a victim. So I look at him as a victim. I look at him as a victim.
I look at him as a victim as well, but I still believe that he victimized others. I believe he's a victim.
Oh, I don't know.
He
You
had
know,
a spokesperson. Remember what was his name? David? Wasn't his name David?
Earl Johnson, somebody. Yeah,
Yeah, somebody, Mr. Johnson. Really, you think the pre-trial well, the trial date is set for April. They set the trial for April. My opinion is my opinion. That's a question you have to ask R. Kelly, okay?
yeah,
I,
we
I
don't
have
know.
Daryl Johnson. Yeah, that was his name.
Yeah,
He did have Daryl Johnson, another epic failure, but he had one, okay? Um, we can't speak to that.
yeah.
So, I mean, if you're here trying to prove his guilt or innocence by asking irrelevant questions, have at it. My opinion is my opinion. Why are you here? Why are you here? Do you have an actual statement? Pre-trial conference has not happened. Oh my God, here we go. Here we go. Here we go.
Yeah.
Another somebody don't know a damn thing about how the process works. I can't. Oh,
Okay. Moving forward. So again, me, Darlene April of Joliet, Illinois, I personally feel as though Robert Sylvester Kelly, aka Robert R. Kelly, is a victim himself. That's my story. That's what I'm sticking to it, and I'm going to defend him to the end.
I believe that he's a victim also. I do believe that he is a victim. I think his whole story is really extremely sad, you know? Um, Sexually abused by his sister, nothing but a child, in a home, taking pictures of grown people having sex, just being in that environment, you know, being molested by a man as a child. No one protected him. Nobody protected him. And I'm with April. How the hell did he get in Kenwood Academy? Kenwood has always been known, as a really good school. How did he get into high school if he could not read and write? Right. Of course he will. No, in my opinion, was saying that they already had the pretrial conference. Like, no, the hell they didn't.
Do you think, what do you guys think is going to happen at the pre-trial conference?
Man, look, fireworks. You never know. You never know what's going to happen.
Somebody bring Tom Mesereau in.
You never know what's going to happen. You know, um, you don't know. Pleas could be made. Charges could be dropped. We don't know. We have no idea. But as Respect My Opinion said, and she's at there you go, fireworks, baby. Yes, that's what I said. Uh, Respect My Opinion is absolutely correct. The pretrial conference will set the standard of how the trial is going to go. But man, it's like, whoo, you don't know what's going to happen. And that's what I'm waiting for, because I'm quite sure, there will be some surprises. I'm quite sure.
What kind of surprises? I mean,
We don't know.
don't nobody.
Look, like I said, it could be anything.
It,
It could be anything. It could be a plea. It could be charges getting, kicked. It could be anything. We don't know. We don't know.
yeah.
So, at this point, it's just all speculation. But, we know how pretrial conferences go down. So I'm excited for this one. I really am excited for this one. He could change his plea. We don't know. I really wish he would change his plea. I would have never let him do a straight not guilty plea. Like, you got issues, bro. Let's make them work for you.
So now we know
Yes,
that
respect my
they're sitting
opinion.
around here and they're talking about, you know, all of these black girls nobody cared about and all of this stuff. And I ain't
You
sure.
know, I think that's just a bunch of bull. Because let's start with Aaliyah. Who cared about Aaliyah? Everybody want to cancel his. You didn't cancel it after he married Aaliyah. Like, you know, I can't with the foolishness. I don't like hypocrisy.
And
Because regardless of what I believe, the one thing you cannot take from that man made the baddest music damn near ever.
but what I'm
You
saying
cannot
is
take his music away.
they talking about nobody cared about the little brown and black girls. So what have they incorporated now since they've gotten him off the streets, as they claim, since they want him off the streets? Is Lifetime or any of these girls, are they going around saying, report your the person that rapes you? Are they teaching them to not go after
Respect my opinion. Absolutely. Rob is a musical genius. Absolutely.
most geniuses have issues.
Name one that don't. Yeah. Most of them have mental issues.
So now, do you think with them indicting all of these people, sending them to prison, do you think that this is going to help?
I don't know. I don't. Wait,
Quiet
I'm gonna come
Storm,
back to that. Quiet Storm has a question. She says, "How do you both feel about his girlfriends being kept away from their family and friends? One young lady is still not home. Your thoughts?" Here's my thoughts. Okay, and I'm really kind of torn on this subject because you're talking about Joycelyn Savage, and Joycelyn Savage was not a minor and is not a minor. Um, and people say, well, Rob's locked up, she's free. No, she has handlers. She's not free. I think, and then I believe, and this is just my personal opinion, I believe that Joycelyn is kind of slow as well. And I'm not saying that to be mean or anything like that. I believe that Joycelyn has, some mental disabilities. I honestly do. Um, but although she does have handlers right now, she has a lot more freedom than she had before Robert was arrested. So I think that she may be able to contact her people if she really truly wanted to. I don't know. Um, being kept away from your family and friends, that's a tool used for submission and brainwashing. It's just, I could tell that. Respect my opinion says Joycelyn has mental health issues. I can tell that. I can tell that.
Wouldn't
Um,
nobody stop me from seeing my parents? Couldn't
you
nobody?
know, you
Nothing.
you can't, you can't say that. You can't say that under normal
Right.
circumstances.
Under
Of
normal
course not.
circumstances,
Of course
I
not.
stand
None of us
corrected. But
under normal circumstances. But you got to understand, these ladies are not under normal circumstances. You know, and you remember back in the day when we were kids, they used to have those commercials that say words hurt. When you're in a situation when somebody's telling you you ain't shit, don't nobody want you, don't nobody care about you, when you hear that every day, you start to believe that. When people can seclude you and only have you in a world that they control, then they control you. They control your thought process. They control you. So I'm quite sure that after what, 9, 7, 8, 9 years of being with him, that she believes everything that he told her. So she's not under normal circumstances. She is in this world where she believes that she was sold. They don't care about her. They didn't show up for your birthday. They didn't even call you. Like, how would she know that? She only knows what she is told. So I'm the one here. I'm the one taking care of you, this, that, and the other. When you hear that day in and day out, and then you think that you have proof of that by what you're not seeing, that becomes your reality. Respect my opinion. I agree with you. I do agree with you. But, that, as far as I know, and I could be wrong, that hasn't been determined. So in my mind, even though I believe, even though I believe that she's being held against her will.
even now,
Yes, April, even now.
you,
Even though I believe that she's being held against her will,
oh girl, I don't believe that.
of course you don't. And you all need to stop that. Like, for real, stop it. Like, just
Right now,
fucking
at this
stop it.
time, you don't.
These damn girls have been fucking brainwashed. These damn girls have been physically, psychologically fucking abused for several damn years. For several damn years. It's no different than a person being held hostage loving their damn captor. It happens. These are not normal circumstances. These are not normal people. Yes, even now. You think she could walk out the damn door and go to the store? No. She has handlers. You think she could just go to the mall and buy a dress? No. Yes, even now. But getting back, I'm sorry. I get so passionate about that because, it makes my blood boil. Yeah, there's definitely you know, psychological things at play. Absolutely. But respect my opinion, as I was saying,
Think that
I think because for me, because Joycelyn was of age, I don't know how to say it. I don't want to say I'm not that concerned about her because I am. But I think her being of age, it makes a difference to me in the girls who were, 16, 17. Well, I don't know how Joycelyn feels because I haven't talked to her. I don't know if she feels obligated or because I don't think it's a sense of obligation. I really think it's that brainwashing thing. Because even if she felt a sense of obligation to stay, she'd pick up the phone and call her parents and say, "Look, y'all, don't worry about me. I'm good. But I feel obligated to be with him through this because he's been here for me." But she hasn't done that. She's still acting like a person being held captive to me. And that's just my opinion.
God.
Joycelyn also witnessed many of the alleged allegations, so Robert definitely don't want her to leave. Well, but Joycelyn is the weakest link mentally. So I don't think that Robert has I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I don't believe that. I believe that Azriel had it all and Azriel gave it all. I think that Robert kept Joycelyn in the dark on many, many, many things. Um, on many, many, many things. Because I'm blown away at how much he let Azriel know. I'm like, why the hell would he tell that to a child? Because Azriel brought it, baby. She knew where everything was. She knew it all. She knew everything. And I could not believe that he would tell her all of that information. I think that Joycelyn was the easiest one to control mentally. I think that he still controls her mentally. Quiet Storm said, I think it's fear. Her grandmother is terminally ill. I thought her grandmama passed away. I thought she died. Somebody said she died and he wouldn't let her go to the funeral. How many? I don't know. I feel like she's being held. Rob has the power to get her home. He should definitely make it happen. We don't know what Rob has the power to do. We don't. Um, yes, Azriel knew it all. Yes, she did. She knew it all. And they can be mad as they want to be. That baby didn't tell one lie. Everything she said, she backed that shit up. I never understood. Respect my opinion says, oh my God, why did he do that? I never understood it. I never understood it either.
Well,
I never understood it either. But yeah, he told her everything. And when that baby said, I know all the bodies buried, she did not lie. She dug up every damn one.
oh my God.
She dug up every damn one. So they can hate Azriel all they want to. The one thing they can't do is call her a damn liar. Because she backed all that shit up.
Wow.
Please excuse my mistake. It's okay. I read misspelled words.
Hey, you're not getting paid to spell correctly on here? Shit.
It's okay. Right.
You're not
And
getting
when I'm typing on my phone, I often misspell words typing on my phone because the letters are so close together.
Okay, so I just hope this thing hurry up and start in April. Yeah. But
I really hope it starts in April too.
when
Go ahead.
trial to be when now?
Well, if the trial is actually in April, I don't know. The pre-trial should. What do you think? I think maybe February, March. I don't know. Oh, her grandfather passed. Okay, okay, okay. Was it calm, quiet storm? You are so welcome. Thank you
So,
so much for
there's
coming.
nothing nobody can tell me about Rob. I'm going to always
Right,
see him another way, but I'm
right.
not going to curse somebody out or be mad at them because they feel the way they do. I'm just not going to do that. You know, this ain't the person that I know. I just
Exactly.
was a victim, and that's how I feel. And nobody can change my mind on that. But I'm not mad at Miss Lady of Leisure, who always wants to point out that there's 50 people, all of his ex-employees testifying against him,
I didn't point that out. I read it. I read it in a comment.
and all of his devices. Um, you know, I don't get mad at her. Wait a minute, there's a question up here.
If convicted, Lady Alicia, do you think Jocelyn will leave? Um, I don't know. I think that Jocelyn will hang in as long as she can. I think she'll hang in as long as there's money for handlers and rent and things like that. I think that if there's a possibility of any of her family members or even Azriel getting to her, she'll leave. But as long as they keep her, you know, as long as they keep her secluded, I think she'll stay.
Thank you, Quiet
You have
Storm.
different opinions. Thank
I
you,
used
Quiet
to
Storm, because you know what we say? We are grown ass women over here. And this is what grown ass women do. I can't be mad over your opinion is yours. It ain't supposed to be mad. You know, I don't like it when people think, like the person in the bushes. They were over here to start shit because I was saying what I was saying about Rob. So they can run back to bloggers and say, April say she for R. Kelly, but she got Lady Leisure on there saying R. Kelly guilty. So then what? Like,
right.
in what world are we supposed to be clones? Are we all supposed to be of same minds? Are we all supposed to have the same thoughts and ideas? Like, I can't get with that.
I want
You know,
people to
I
know.
love April like a sister. We go at it, baby. It's what we do. But
Uh,
I understand how she feels about Rob. I respect how she feels about Rob, and I get it because my mom had a friend like that as well. This man was a serial murderer and rapist of boys, of teenage boys. And I mean, it was a big, and this was one of my mom's closest friends. And he was at my mom's house all the time. And we loved Mr. John and never saw any of that. So I really do get it. I really do get it. And it's very hard for me to believe that Mr. John was this serial rapist and murderer of teenage boys. But he was. And I can't deny that. But that wasn't the man that I knew. So I 100% get where April is coming from. Mr. John never showed any of that to any of us. Not ever. So I get it. That's why I say that I understand knowing someone and not knowing certain sides of them. You know, I completely get that. So, you know, we're adults, and adults know how to respect people's opinions, and adults know that not everybody has the same opinion. My opinion is mine. It ain't supposed to be April's, and vice versa. I'm giving my opinion. I'm not giving yours. I'm not giving April's or anybody else. It's mine.
Yeah, and I need to know, how people what potential jurors are going to be thinking. Because, like I say, um, I wish everybody would focus on Rob being the victim. Because, like, with all these people testifying against him and stuff, please focus on him being the victim also.
And that's another thing too, because I also believe he was a victim. I also believe what's been said, because one of the bloggers said it, that Rob was a product of incest, that his father, his biological father, is his grandfather, his maternal
Oh, yeah,
grandfather.
that's right. I think what blogger was that? This one,
I believe it's Tasha K. I believe it was
Tasha
Tasha K.
K. Yeah, yeah,
But now, again, living in these streets of Chicago, that's something we've always heard. That was always a rumor. That was always said, you know. But if that is true, think about that. I mean, we all know that incest creates abnormalities in children, especially when it's that close in the bloodline. This is allegedly his mother's father, is his father. That's some sick shit. And then his own sister was molesting him at 6, 7 years old. More sick shit. Grown ass women and men laying up having sex, got him watching. More sick shit. Like, if he is a product of incest, how does that physically play into, you know, his sexual behavior now, or, throughout his life? Like, is it some type of, I don't know, is it in his DNA? I don't know. I think it's something that needs to be looked at least. I think it's something that needs to be found out.
yeah, yeah, yeah.
Because you don't just, I mean, it's said that a lot of victims victimize people. Okay, get it. But not all victims victimize people. However, if you have some type of, I don't know how to
I
explain it. What's
still
the word that
want
I'm
to
looking
know
for?
how he was able to get in Kenwood Academy, a gifted school, and he
And
couldn't read or write.
exactly. How did that happen back in that day? Back in that day, yeah, I would like to know that.
And Ebony said he was the victim. And yes, Ebony, a victim. Poor thing. His whole story is so sad to me. It's very sad. It's very sad. And then to see his legacy taken down like this, it's very sad. Yeah. So, what do you say to people when they want to say it's Sony's fault, Lady Alicia? Hello? Oh, hello? Oh, she must have. respect my opinion. What do you think about when people say that it's Sony's fault? Testing, one, two, three.
Can you hear me?
Okay, now I can hear you.
I heard everything you said and I was talking. I don't know why you couldn't hear me.
I couldn't
That
hear
is
you.
so crazy.
Yeah, I couldn't hear you. So yeah,
I,
okay.
yeah, I heard the question. Um, I don't know. I'm kind of torn on that. I have a problem with it because here's the thing. I believe there are other people who have responsibility in this. But everybody, it seems to me, and this is just my opinion, this is just how it appears to me. It appears to me that everyone wants to place responsibility on everybody but Robert. You know, this one's to blame, that one's to blame. Robert is to blame for his very own actions. Let's make that clear. He is to blame for his actions. Now, were there enablers? Yes. Should they be sitting in the cell beside him? My opinion, absolutely. Um, I don't know. Well, I take that back. I do know what Sony could have done, but the bottom line is they wouldn't do it because they were making money. I don't believe that Sony is to blame for any of this. I believe that Sony protected their interest. Period. Period. I believe that Sony, I know, I don't believe it. I know that Sony knew that he had a relationship with at least two underage girls because they attempted to sue Sony. So I do know that Sony knew that. And again, they kept him on because they were protecting their interest.
Okay.
Do I believe in that thing that, oh, Sony's trying to take him down? No, because that's ludicrous to me. Sony owns his masters. Robert has like 5, 6 years before he can even file for his masters. And what you need to understand is that when you ask for your masters, they don't just hand them over. Sony owns his masters. They own his music. I forget for what years, but for quite a few years, they owned his music for those years. Why would Sony have to take him down? For what reason? They already own his music. Like, what are they taking him down for? To get music that they already own? Oh, they're taking him down because he asked for his music. Well, just because he asked doesn't mean they have to give it. He isn't even at the legal benchmark where he can file the copyright to get his masters back. He isn't even there yet. Okay, the hell, yeah, I read that crap too. And yeah, that same attorney denied that statement, denied that he ever said that.
Yeah, because they said he had some type of dementia before he was dying or something.
Exactly. Denied that he even said that. And he never said that they got him help. He said that the reason that he didn't assault anybody during the trial allegedly was that, well, he said it. He said it. The story that they put out was that the lawyer told them that the reason Robert didn't assault anybody during the first trial was because he had him on physical castration pills. The attorney came out and said he never made that statement.
Oh, Lord have mercy.
Respect my opinion exactly. And the attorney was old when he said it. He came out and said he never made that statement.
Yeah. He was suffering from dementia because his kids came out and said
Right.
his dad really loved him, uh,
Exactly.
and really, really, really was concerned about Rob. Yeah, I guess he had really grown to know him, and he was very fond of him. Yeah, he's not a bad man. He's not the monster that they talking about. So, yeah,
Well, you know what? I can't say that. I can't say that because no one is one faceted. You
yeah,
know, you knew a very good person. I knew of a very good person. You know, um, even with some of the bloggers, even Larry says he never heard R. Kelly call a woman a bitch. He didn't do that. That is not something you would ever hear him do in public. I
right.
never saw him disrespect anybody. I never saw that. I did not know him. I ran in some of the same circles though for a minute. And like I said, Robert didn't carry himself like a celebrity. You could walk up to Robert anywhere he was. But, I knew the man who paid for kids' funerals who got shot in these streets.
Yeah,
Who
he was at a
who paid
barbecue.
people
Yeah,
right. He was at backyard barbecues all the time. They all used to throw him, girl.
yeah,
But you know,
yeah,
but I also, knew some other things and heard other things as well. But again, I was not his friend. I did not know him personally that way.
Well, what would you like to see come out of this whole fiasco with him?
God,
And
see, that is
said to my
so
opinion,
hard. It's
and
hard
anybody
because
that's in the chat, what would you
it
like to see come out of this whole fiasco with Robert Sylvester Kelly, aka R. Kelly? What would you like to see positive come out of this? Or just, whatever your opinions are. What would you like to see come out of all of this that he's going through?
what would you like to see, April? Hmm.
Um, I would like to see him be a spokesperson for kids that was molested. Um, I would like to see him build a school, um, a program um, to help people, teach them how to. Oh, okay. She said, "Let that be tomorrow's discussion." Okay, we'll let that be tomorrow's discussion. Okay, cause you gonna think about it.
Okay.
Okay, we'll wait then. Yeah, we'll wait.
Who said
Okay,
that? Who said that?
respect my opinion. Yeah.
Okay.
Okay. All right. Yeah. Because
Yeah,
I know I all it takes is one juror, one juror.
and that's true.
It
That's
just takes
absolutely
one
true.
juror,
Just
and
one
so
juror.
and I tell people you have to, you got to know how the other side is thinking when you want to go out here and 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 say you're for Rob. Like I say, I'm going with Rob being the victim. That's he's a victim. A
And
victim.
everyone's opinion matters. And it may not matter to you, but let me explain something to you. Those of you who are for Robert are for Robert. And you can't change anything by only speaking with or listening to people who are for Robert. Because those who are against Robert are more than likely the ones that are going to be on that jury. So you can't ever get anyone that's against him to even think about him not being guilty with the things that you all say. He innocent. They lying. I
Right.
mean, come on. Nobody with a brain is just going to accept that and say, oh, okay. You know, you, if you want Robert to be free, you really have to change or at least open up the minds of the people who are against him. And you're not going to do that with the rhetoric that you spew. You're just not. Because as soon as we hear that, we're closed off to it. We're closed off to it because you don't believe anything. You don't believe the evidence. You don't believe the documents. You don't believe anything. So in our minds, you're irrational. Why are we going to listen to an irrational, illogical person?
Yeah, the hell. I did say hoes earlier, and I did apologize for that. I have never talked about any of them girls. I did file lawsuits against Yolanda Pace, and I still never talked about that girl. I took everything from her book that she said. You know, she was abused by a family member. So why didn't you sue that family member if you had been abused? But you went after Rob because he had money.
Mm,
So
mm.
I mean, those were
Ooh.
her words, not my words. Where she had been abused by family members. Okay, well, go after your family members too.
Jahel says, and I support the victims and respect your opinion. I support the victims as well, Jahel, but I do believe that Robert,
What happened, lady? Leisure cut off. Yeah, the hell, that's why I always keep saying, Rob was a victim too. He was used by multiple families. He was abused, yes. He was a victim. People need to start saying this man was a victim also. We need to know how did he get into Kenwood. All these people, nobody helped him. You know, how did he get into this gifted school and you couldn't read or write? You know, and yes, I'm not trying to grow a big platform. So yeah, tomorrow we will come back and we will talk about this. Um, and like I tell people, I like to I like to see how the other side thinks because the person that they're talking about, I don't know. And the only reason I like to see what the other side thinks is, to maybe just see how people are thinking. We got to start looking at how these jurors are going to be thinking. So if you find out the jurors are thinking this, maybe you can put a spin on something. And I'm saying he's a victim. That's what I'm going with. from this day forward is Robert Sylvester Kelly was a victim himself. That's what I'm going with. I don't care about the girls, the ex-employees, or nothing. I'm going back to him, his childhood, and a man that was cheated out of their childhood and that everybody used and nobody defended him. Nobody helped Robert. And, you're too kind. He was so too kind. And so everybody needs to play their part in what they did to this man. But the love of money, again, the love of money will make people do some crazy things. And so for tomorrow, we will come back on, and everybody, you guys can have your opinions. But like I said, we're not going for mess over here. We just having decent, intelligent conversations. I'm never going to argue with anybody and say, you're wrong, No, I'm never going to do that. I respect everybody. Their opinion is important. And I'm not going to argue with people. I have a Facebook page that is Darlene April that I have that's all about Rob. I don't post that much on my regular Facebook because people was, coming at me and different things. And I'm just like, yeah, you know. Well, the hell, I'm not saying that. I'm not saying that, but all I'm saying is we don't know. We don't know. Like, we're not victims. We didn't have these traumatic things happen to us. So we don't know how people brains function. Yeah. And tomorrow, Quiet Storm, if you come back, we are going to talk about what we would like to see come out of this. Because, to come at somebody, and we don't know if he gets help or whatever's going on in his brain. You know. And so, does he even know that his behavior is wrong? I mean, you see this your entire life? Yeah. So, we're going to end the show for now. I thank you all for coming in. My name is Darlene April. You can find me on Facebook. And we will be back on tomorrow. And we will all discuss the things that we would like to see happen. And like I said, I love everybody and I respect everybody's opinion. Thank you.